The Movement for World Guardianship by Vera, Stanley, Alder. Taken from the Vegan, Spring 1957. We are at the threshold of a wonderful epoch in world history, the coming of age of humanity. The 21st century will mark the conscious majority of the human family as a whole. Already there are many signs of this impending event. This coming of age or spiritual adulthood brings with it a new driving impulse, the wish to take responsibility, and a new realisation that of man's true function on this planet. There are many today who feel this urge and inspiration striving within them. They are responding to it most remarkably, so that the public all over the world is now honeycombed with goodwill societies and movements of 100 kinds. So far these movements are still somewhat exclusive and disconnected, and the beautiful pattern of world regeneration which lies behind them has not yet come into view. When it does emerge, humanity will be transfigured and inspired by the realisation of their true place and work on this planet. By their devoted efforts they will have finally broken through the crystallised shell of the past, and behind its shattered pieces will lie revealing a challenging, inspiring and glorious future. The true function of man on this earth is to become the guardian, under God, of this planet and of all the kingdoms of nature, including his own. The first commandment is to love or understand God with all one's heart, and with all one's strength, meaning service. The second commandment is to love one's neighbour as oneself, which again entails understanding both him and oneself. When a human being becomes spiritually adult, he casts away all props, excuses, authorities, creeds and cliques, and stands upon his own feet, discovers truth for himself, and begins to live accordingly. In order to love or understand God, we must study his plan and propose it as it is expressed in all the kingdoms of nature. In order to serve him, we must cooperate with this plan instead of following our own self-interest, which always leads to exploitation. According to the divine design, therefore, 1. Man is built as a fruitarian. He is also built as a genius, who is capable of acting as an intermediary between God and his planet, and of encouraging and helping right relationships and right development in all the kingdoms of nature. 2. Evolution on this planet takes place through a process of radioactivity in all kingdoms, leading to transmutation into ever greater realisation and subtler powers and more refined living. 3. It is man's duty and privilege to study the divine laws and the process of evolution in all kingdoms of nature, and to cooperate with them and to learn the science of symbiosis, or the interdependence of all life. Through astrology, or the science of the cosmic rays, he can learn how to replant the earth and reorganise animal life as it was meant to be. He can learn how to cure the widespread soil erosion and the pollution of soil, water and air which he is so intensively causing. 4. The first chapter of Genesis indicates quite clearly man's function in these respects. He can begin by cooperating with those many humanitarian movements which have already begun to undertake his work of world guardianship. He can help to link them all together into a mighty cross-section of the new awakening humanity until they gain such strength through unity that their weight will overbalance the scales of the side of world regeneration. The new guardianship will not tolerate killing in any form, nor exploitation, nor the profit systems, nor large-scale cropping or herding. It will encourage natural and healthy living, the fascinating study of natural laws, the practice of wise husbandry, and the development of human genius, and the right relationship between mankind and the animal kingdom. The movement for world guardianship will endeavour to coordinate and build up all studies relative to this ideal, so that they eventually form a new education for a new age. Those who would train themselves as world guardians can begin in no matter how small a way to act from now as spiritually radioactive transmitters of this new impulse into the heart of mankind. Every mother can begin to learn how to bequeath this fine heritage to her children, for which they will forever bless her. Only those who learn how to set free their own radioactivity will be able to rightly control and guide their activities of the coming atomic age. Let us therefore help and encourage each other to attain our spiritual majority, to discover the nature of our function as guardians under God, and carry this knowledge and inspiration into whatever goodwill group we may belong.